and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different where we're going to be rating $1 million listings on Amazon. So these are all products that are making over $1 million a year in revenue on Amazon, and we're going to take a look at their listings to see what they're doing right and look and see if there's anything they could be doing even better, because you can always make improvements to ensure that your listing is converting as much as possible. So if you're trying to sell on Amazon, it's really important that you are aware of the components of a good listing, so that when you're doing your research and when you're making your listing, talking to your supplier, you can be sure to incorporate the right things and preemptively make sure that your listing is going to be the best it can be. So I really think that this is going to be helpful for any of you who are starting out and wanting to make sure that you have the best possible product and the best possible listing. So if you're interested in that, let's get right into it. We are inside of a listing right now, and this is one that I just randomly picked. So these are for a pair of sunglasses, and the name of this brand is called Cagliari. So we can see a lot of information here. Again, for those of you who have not already seen my product research video, that will kind of explain what all of this stuff on my screen is in case you're confused about what you're looking at. But just for simplicity, I do have a plugin of a Google Chrome extension for a software called Helium 10. Helium 10 helps you figure out what products are selling and what is making money on Amazon and what is not. So they have a Google Chrome extension, and I have that installed on my computer along with some of this other data that gets generated when you have it installed. So what you can see here is some of the information right off of the bat, where we have the listing health score, and this is basically Helium 10's way of diagnosing what they would give this listing out of a 10. So it is going just based off of kind of more superficial data, like how many characters are in the title and if it has all of the pictures included that Amazon allows. That is what it's evaluating, whereas for me, as a human being and not a computer software, I'm evaluating the listing as a whole. So I will tell you my thoughts, but this is what Helium 10 gives it, a 9.57, which it should have, because this is a product making a lot of money, and there's no reason that the listing itself should not be a 10 out of 10. We can see here the 30-day sales. They've done about 30,000 units in the last 30 days. Their fees that they're paying to Amazon, $6.41, and then their selling price is $16.99. There's no variations, and there's even more information you can see when you click on here, including the ASIN, or the number that Amazon uses to identify this product. You can see the rating and review count. You can see where the seller's from. This seller particularly is based out of China. When this listing was created, this was 2 years ago, back in 2021, how many sellers there are, and so on and so forth. So here we go to just take a quick look at this listing and see what they have going on. What we can see right off of the bat is that they have over 36,000 ratings and reviews, which is absolutely insane. That's a lot of reviews. And then we can see the name of the listing, Cagliari Polarized Sunglasses for Men and Women. One thing about Amazon is that they do encourage and like when your listing has your brand name at the very front. Sometimes you won't even be able to submit your listing for approval unless you have your brand name in the very front. So that is what they have there. You can go and click on their store and see what other products they are selling. But we can see other information, like the fact that they do offer Amazon Prime, which means that this seller is using Amazon FBA, which is the best route to go, in my opinion, as an Amazon seller. So now we can see that, they do have variations here. They do have variations. So they've got them by different names. A01 for the matte, they've got glossy, they've got different colors and all of that good stuff. This is not accurate here where it says the variation count is 0, because there are different ones, but maybe they're not picking up on this being technically a variation because it's just the color. They're not separate. They're not separated out. Maybe I'll find an example of one that is separated out, but that's the reason it said 0. So yeah, you can get this in different colors, matte, glossy, whatever. What we can see here is that they have got the different bullet points that are meant to sell the product. So This one is saying that it protects your eyes with style. It's for men and for women, protects you from UV rays. These sunglasses come with top rated polarized lenses that we test over time. They go into what polarization means. They care about your vision, ultralight materials, shatterproof lenses, gift ideas. So they're basically just trying everything they can to sell the product in these bullet points here. And you can see they're using a star, they're using some arrows to try to make it look more visually appealing, because these are very, very thick paragraphs that they have written here, which isn't the most appealing thing to look at. So they're trying to make it look a little bit better. But realistically, the reason that they have so much information here is that with Amazon, when it comes to keywords, the more keywords you can put in your listing, the more it is going to be able to be discovered, right? So more people will be able to find it because you're using certain words within the listing itself. So that's why they're packing it and trying to stuff it with as many keywords as possible. It's a strategy. It's not because they really have that much to say. Before I move on, let me just take a quick look at their images. So it is a rule on Amazon that your main image is supposed to be just the item itself on a white background. So they aren't necessarily wrong, because they do have the case that the sunglasses come in right here that does have their brand name on it, which is a little bit gray in terms of whether that's terms of service approved or not, but I think they would get away with it because it's not very egregious. But for you guys to know, it's supposed to just be the product itself on a white background. Your packaging is not technically supposed to be in your main image. Then they've got here almost like an infographic where it has the image of the product and it's telling you that it's got UV protection and it protects your eyes. They've got another angle here that gives you a little bit more detail on the product in and of itself. They've got the same image here twice. For a listing that's making $500,000 a month, a little weird. So they've got the same one here 2 times. So even though they've got 4 photos, this is really only 2 photos because they're repeating the same ones. This is a good infographic here though, because it shows you the thickness of the lenses, and that's important to look at. What's interesting though is that these are not zoomable. So I'm trying to click on it because I want to zoom in, but I'm not able to, and that's because of the quality of the image. So I'm not very impressed with the photos here. I should be able to zoom in on them. Now we've got a video here. I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. It's a little cheesy, but if I was looking to buy these glasses, that might be compelling for me. That's kind of funny. So it's meant to be a lifestyle video to show you what you would look like with the glasses on. And of course they've got this attractive woman wearing the glasses so that you can imagine that was you. I think it's the music that threw me off. And then lastly, they've got the accessories that are here. So the gift box, the little card that has, it looks like that's their brand name on it. I don't know if it does anything else, but they've also got a microfiber pouch and microfiber cleaning cloths, and they're including 2 in here. So as far as this top part of their listing, am I super impressed? Not really, because I just think that the photos should be better and there should be more variety. I should be able to zoom in on these images and I can't. So that's not very impressive to me, but it is what it is. And then I think they could do a better job with their bullet points. They're just very dense. Like for me personally, I don't want to read this at all because it looks overwhelming. I don't have time. So I personally probably would not spend the time sitting here reading through it. Let's go down. All of this data that you see here is helium-10 information. So looking at inventory levels, we can pull up X-ray right here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up because I mentioned before that this product makes $500K a month, but I want to actually show you the numbers instead of y'all just taking my word for it. Let's go ahead and pull it up here on the screen. So we can see here revenue $509,000 for this listing here. And that is what they're doing on a monthly basis in revenue. So of course, if we do the math, that comes out to over $6 million a year. 500K times 12, yeah. Over $6 million a year in revenue off of this product alone. So when you put it in perspective like that, then you guys can see why I'm being a bit more critical about this product, because if I had a product making 6 million a year, I mean, trust and believe my images would be zoomable and incredible and just like blow you away. So that is that. What we can see here also is the revenue calculator, which I actually really like. That's a sales estimator, but the revenue calculator gives you an estimate of how much money they could be making off of this product. So they are basically telling you what they think the Amazon fees are. So they think the Amazon fees are $16.99, or I'm sorry, the selling price is $16.99. The Amazon fees for FBA would be $6.41. And the reason it's more for FBA than it is for merchant fulfilled or FBM is because Amazon is obviously charging you to ship it out. Whereas when you do it yourself, you're only paying the referral fee, you're not paying the other fees. So if we hover over it, it literally breaks it down and it tells you what the fulfillment fees are. So $386, that would be your pick and pack fee or your shipping fee. And then the referral fee from Amazon based off of the selling price is $255. So when you combine those together, you get $641. And that is why it's telling us that we would make $1058. But it's saying that because we have not included the cost of the product. So I like that it just does the math for you. If the product costs $5, then they would be making $558. If the product costs $4, $658. If the product costs $1, $958. If it costs $7, so it literally just does it for you and tells you how much money you'd be making, which is good because when you start to do your research and you're talking to suppliers about their price points, once you get a price point, you can come back and input that here so that you can see what your potential profits would be on that product sold. So Helium 10 is incredible, you guys. I've got a link in my description for you guys to try out Helium 10 with my discount, and it will definitely help you out when you're doing your product research. Okay, so with that, we can scroll down, and I just want to point out too that this listing here is brand registered. What brand registered means is that the brand has a trademark, and so when you have a trademark, you can apply for this program with Amazon called Brand Registry. And Brand Registry essentially allows you to be able to get extra perks with your Amazon seller account. One of the perks that you get is that your listing, you are able to add in more images. You're able to add in more content. And what they call this is A+ content or enhance the brand content. So you're able to put in all of these extra photos, this little lifestyle photo that they've got here showcasing the items. You can even scroll over and see more about the brand and what they do, and all of that is here for you to look at. And the whole point of A+ content or enhanced brand content is that it is just more area to sell your product. It's more space for you to showcase what your product has that no one else's has, you know? So it just gives you a little bit more of that website feel than just a simple listing. So that's the reason that a lot of Amazon sellers get a trademark and become brand registered so that they can have these extra perks here. You do also get extra perks when it comes to your Amazon ads and your marketing. You know, it's definitely something worth looking into. It's not necessary when you're starting out. I've got many students in my program who start out and don't have a trademark, they don't have brand registry, and then they get it later on. So it's not something that you have to do the second you start selling on Amazon. So here they've got more information about the brand. They're trying to connect with the customers here by talking about, you know, how it's a company built by people who wear glasses. So for the people, by the people, really trying to sell you on that, talking about the quality and all of that. So that's all of the enhanced brand content for this one, which I think is pretty great. And then we scroll down to the bottom here. In the product details section, we can see some information, but one of the most important things to look at here is the best sellers rank, or how quickly this product is selling. And in the category of clothing, shoes, and jewelry, it is number 607, which is really good because that means that there are only 606 other products in that category that are selling more quickly than this one. It is number 607 in line of fastest selling products in this category. And then when we go more narrow into subcategories, as far as men's glasses, it's the number 3 seller of men's glasses on all of Amazon. Remember, Amazon's got millions of customers every day shopping on here, so that's really good. And then they're the number 15 seller for women's accessories, which is also very, very impressive. So they are doing phenomenally and probably don't care what I have to say about their listing, but me, I'm gonna critique you, okay? So let's keep on going here. They have questions and answers from customers, and then they've also got their reviews here. On the left-hand side, we can see the breakdown of their reviews. So they've got a 4.5 out of 5 out of 36,000 reviews, which is really good. And then by feature, people are impressed with the style, 4.7, that it's lightweight, it gives sun protection, and then it goes on further. So that is what people are saying about the product. So as far as everything else down here, it all looks solid. They've got an incredible amount of reviews. So really for this one, the only things that I would say that they should and could improve on is their main images being zoomable, and for them to find 2 other pictures here, because I just really don't understand why they would double up on these photos. And that would be it. Maybe there's a way they can also break up their bullet points a little bit to make it look less overwhelming. But those are my notes on this one here, $6 million a year in revenue, and even with that, they can still do a little bit better. Okay, let's check out another listing, and this one is for a bento box for kids. So this is basically just a lunch box that you can pack your kids' lunches in, or whoever, maybe an adult would use this, I don't know, it's a little small. But here it is, and so we can see that the Helium 10 listing health score is 10 out of 10. So Helium 10 thinks that they've done everything that they can do to optimize this listing on a data perspective. And then we can see that the total 30-day sales is $3,300. The Amazon FBA fee is $12.43. Again, no variations here. And then if we click it, we can see more information. What we can see here is that this seller is based out of the US, which is cool. And this listing was created in 2015. So this has been around for almost 10 years. This product is definitely an OG in the lunchbox game. So they've been around for a minute, and it shows because they've got over 7,000 reviews here, which is solid. And then we can see their price point and all of that. Before we go too far, I do want to quickly take a look at their images, and they've got this main image here, and this is what I was telling you guys before, where it's supposed to be just the product on a white background. So that's what they've got here. They even put some food inside here to illustrate it a little bit, even though obviously the food does not come with the product. So technically, it should just be the product without the food inside, but they're doing it to create a visual, and they've been around since 2015, so clearly Amazon does not take it too seriously here. Then we go to this next photo where they've got other pictures. They're showing you that the thermos is included, which is really nice. I might want this for my son, but it's cute. They've got the thermos, and then they've got 3 other sections to add in other things like fruit and snacks and whatever else you have. They've got just a picture of the thermos here by itself. Different options for how you can package the lunches. You might put milk in there or something different. So this is just to kind of give you inspiration so that if you're looking at this, you can think about whoever you're buying it for and start to imagine what you would pack in here. It's a very common tool that marketers use, is kind of that emotional trigger of, even me, I just said, oh, I might get this for my son. It's because I'm thinking about all of the things that I could pack in here for him. So they're trying to get you to visualize that with these images. So here they've got an infographic of sorts that shows you how they have matching utensils and dip containers, which is awesome. So they've done a really good job of really thinking about everything that the customer would want when they're looking for this product. And I picked this product because my son recently just started at a new school where he has to bring lunch in as opposed to them providing the lunch. And so I recently just bought him a lunchbox and a thermos and all the components. And I found myself looking for each individual component. But if I would have seen this one that has the thermos included, the different compartments, the little utensils, I 100% would have bought this one if I would have seen it instead of buying everything a la carte. So there is definitely a benefit to bundling your products, especially when you're providing everything that that customer might be looking for. So if I'm looking for a lunchbox, of course they need utensils. If I'm looking for a thermos, then, you know, it might make sense to have dip containers because I might be packing them chicken nuggets or something that they would want to dip inside of. So this is very well thought out in terms of the bundle that they're providing. And then they're also showing, I think, another one of the options that they have. So this one that we're looking at is the Omi Box Bento Box. And I think this Omigo is just another item that they have. So I think this would be for people who would eat more, maybe for a teenager or an adult. compared to this one that is, yeah, it even says it here, small and compact, ideal for younger kids. So they've got different options for what you're looking for. This is a lifestyle photo where they've got a child actually using the box, and that's really nice. By the way, you guys, you see how I can actually click on these images here? Well, not those ones. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. So the little blue box with the dots, that pops up when you can zoom in. So I can look even more closely to see what all of these items look like. And that's what you want for a high quality listing. You want to be able to zoom in and see more closely what they're showing. Because remember, people who are shopping on Amazon, they can't actually feel the product. They want to have as much of a visual as possible of what they're going to get. So I really like this listing. It's giving you the dimensions. It's 8.5 by 7.5, so you can get a feel for how big it is. It's showing you the thermos once again, telling you it's insulated, leak-proof, and BPA free. It's telling you how much it weighs, the volume. So really they've included everything you could possibly want to know in these photos, which is really great. And they do have a video right here. Cute. This is great. Healthy, warm, cool, easy. It's bright, it's cute, it's lovely. Upbeat music. That's awesome. It looks great. I honestly don't have that many things to complain about when it comes to this product. They do have the name of the product at the very front. Like I mentioned before, Omi Box is what they are calling this. They've got the keywords here in the title. They are selling for $45, which really seems steep for just a lunchbox for a kid. But at the same time, again, because I just went through this process, I know that I paid about $16.99 for his thermos by itself. I paid, I don't know, $15.99 for the lunchbox itself. I paid for, you know, the different components of what you're getting all in one with this one. And even if this is still a little more expensive than buying the components separately, it's convenient. And Amazon shoppers are convenience shoppers. They are here because they want to get the most straightforward and easiest experience possible. So by bundling everything they need, you're making it easier for your customer, especially if they're a parent and they're busy and they've got stuff to do. You're helping them out by giving them everything that they need in one. So that being said, $44.99, a little bit steep. Would I be willing to pay it? Honestly, yes. And clearly a lot of people are, because this product is definitely killing it. And just again to show you guys that they are actually $1 million listing, I'm going to just scroll down here and go to X-Ray real quick to show you that it does say that they are doing $149,000 a month. Of course, over the course of 12 months, I can do the math real quick and let's see exactly how much they're doing in revenue. About 1.8 million. So they're an almost $2 million listing, which is incredible that you can make this kind of money selling a lunchbox on Amazon. When you think about it like that, it really just kind of shows you the opportunity with Amazon selling. So anyway, here they've got the brand, the color, the materials, capacity, product dimensions, which is all visible in the photos. So here we compare this to the other listing, and this one is also pretty dense as far as the bullet points, and once again they're doing it because they're trying to put in as many keywords as they can in here, and they're also doing a better job, in my opinion, with this listing of telling you about the benefits of this product. It's saying that kids will eat better because it's served inside their favorite lunchbox. The thermos insert makes it easy to pack cold or hot foods. You can send them to school with pasta, with soup, with last night's leftovers or whatever. Easier, faster lunch prep, talking about the quality of it. It's durable, it's built to last, it saves you, hey, look what I just said, it saves you the expense of buying a separate kid's thermos. So it's literally hitting all of the bases of what makes this a better offer than the others. So this listing is doing a very, very, very good job, and I'm not surprised that they're making $2 million a year because they're doing a good job with this listing. Multifunctional and versatile, and then easy to clean. So they're hitting all of the big points of what makes this an incredible offer for $45. We can keep going down here, take a quick look and see that they are also brand registered because they've got all of this extra brand content here. So they've got a little bit about the brand itself, what their mission is and what they try to do. They're showing you some of the other products that they provide as well, almost like a catalog of what they have to offer. And then they've got this cute photo with the product in the back. I mean, you gotta love it. They've done a great job. Invented by a mom for her picky eater. That's so awesome. So what are they doing? They're making me emotional in some way. I'm a mom. She's a mom. That is so awesome. It's made by a mom for moms. You know what I'm saying? So they're connecting with the customer. So if you don't have enhanced brand content, then you really don't have a space to put that information. So again, that's one of the benefits of going that route. And then we've got more variety, healthier lunches. So more on the benefits. This is a great picture. Honestly, I feel like this should be one of their main photos. Let me scroll back up and make sure it wasn't. No, they don't have this in their main images, but it should be. In my opinion, that probably should be, that should be like the second photo that they have here. This one that shows you very clearly all the components. They definitely should put it up top, but it still looks great. I mean, it shows you everything, but the only reason I'm saying that is sometimes people will just scroll right past all of this, and that's a really good photo. So I think that they could utilize it a bit better. Easy for kids, flexible, compact. Great listing, great listing. And then down here, they're just kind of showing you what you get between some of the different options that they have. So reusable, machine washable, kid friendly, BP free, plant-based, all of that stuff is here. And then we go down, we can see here in the product information, the best sellers rank. Remember I told you guys that is how quickly the product is selling. And they are number 1,454 in all of kitchen and dining, which is very impressive. And they are number 26 in bento boxes. So doing very, very well. And then really all we have left to look at here is the reviews. They've got 4.5 out of 5 stars out of over 7,000 reviews. People like the portion size, easy to clean, leak proof, which is awesome. And the nice thing about a product like this is that you're going to get customers leaving photos with their reviews, which can be beneficial because you have a limited number of photos that you can add, but when your customers are adding photos, that just gives you more social proof, more of a selling point for another customer who might be looking to see if it's worth the money or not. So this is an excellent listing, honestly. 10, well, let's say 9.8 out of 10, only because I think that that one photo should be up here. So 9.8 out of 10, they absolutely should be making the kind of money that they are on Amazon. And our final listing for today's video is this one here. These are car trash cans, which I think is kind of an interesting product, but as someone with a toddler, I probably should invest in one of these to just have in the car in case I have any trash. So with this listing, we can see that their listing health score is lower than the previous two. They've got an 8.73 from Helium 10. Their last 30-day sales over 27,000. Their FBA fees, 544. They do have a bunch of variations, 19 of them. And out of curiosity, yep, this seller is based out of China. So that is what we can see here. And what we're gonna do first is look at the images. These ones are zoomable, which is a great thing. This main image is not a very good main image, in my opinion. Oh, that's not the main one. Okay, this is the main one. Still not a great one because it's not on a white background. And because the item is black and the car seats are black, it kind of washes out a bit. I would say that they should have put this in a car with gray seats or beige seats or brown seats in order to have it stand out if they were going to do it in a car. But realistically, this main image should just be the item itself on a white background. And I think that that would have looked better than this. So even though it's zoomable, I don't think that this was a great first image. Now the second one here, they are talking about the magnetic buckles and talking about how it easily fastens so that you can put it on and off and then prevent trash bags from falling off. Yep, they're just talking about the magnetic buckles. This one here is showcasing all of the features. It's got a rubber opening, metal zipper, magnetic buckles, the 2 side supporting braces, mesh pockets. So just what it has to offer. This is kind of a weak picture in my opinion because it looks photoshopped, which it obviously is, but I get what they're trying to do is just show you that it's waterproof. But I think that this picture would have looked better if they would have had it inside out and maybe just had like the drink itself pouring on it and having it like bounce off or repel. This just looks very like fake, but it is what it is. And then we've got Here they're just showing that it holds 11 pounds. This is kind of a lifestyle slash infographic. It's showing you how it would look inside of your car and what you could stick in here. You can use wet or dry trash. This is what it might look like in the center console, and that it can fit in a sedan, SUV, or a truck. And then they've got a video here as well. We're not watching an entire minute. Okay. He's showing the product, things going in, what all can fit in there. Cool. Okay. The video is probably the best thing they have in this listing. So I think that they could definitely make some improvements here with the images and all of that, but it is what it is. They're clearly still selling. This product is doing $272,000 a month, which comes out to over $3 million a year. So clearly they're doing something right. But at the same time, as someone who looks at listings constantly, they could improve there. They've got the name of the brand right here in the front. They've got the title. And here are all of the variations that they had. So remember back with the very first example I used, how they had that drop down of the different colors, and that's why Helium-10 didn't calculate those as variations. However, with this one, they've got them listed out individually this way instead of having it as a drop down. So that's why Helium-10 was able to pick up on the 19 variations. So they've got different sizes as far as how much it holds, and then they've got all these different colors and patterns and all of that. Let's take a quick look at their bullet points. I think that this is the best looking bullet points that we have seen. It's got a simple check mark, what they're trying to say, and kind of a summary of the entire paragraph. This is a strategy I like to use, is in capital letters, and it's like right at the front. So let's be real, most people are not going to read through all of this, so you want them to be able to real quick take a look and see what you're talking about. So number one, adjustable strap and collapsible shape and adjustable strap. So they're saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing here, just backwards. So what they should do is just use adjustable strap for one and then collapsible shape for the other. I don't know why they did that. Very strange. Yeah, why are they doing that? They're just saying it in two different ways, which is weird. Durable, leak-proof, inner lining, multi-purpose, great compatibility. So they're trying to sell the product here. Aside from that weird blip at the top, I think they do a good job with that. Let me just show you again. I like to be consistent, so let me just show you that they are in fact doing almost 300K a month in sales with this product here. So let's load it up using X-ray with Helium-10. And we can see it right here, this one at the top, 272. And so it's also showing the breakdown of how much the other variations are making. So funny enough, even though this one is doing almost $3 million a year, the one underneath them here is doing $518,000 a month. And then we've got this other variation here, the pink one. I think these ones were all grouped together, because they're all showing the same exact number and they all have the same price point. But then we've got this other variation here that's got a little bit more of a pattern on it, $409,000 a month. So between all of their different variations, they are doing probably, well, easily over $10 million a year selling these car trash cans. And this is what I mean when I say that a product can change your life. I mean, that kind of money for, honestly, this is a simple product. It's a trash can. So they are really, really doing well with this. And then we continue to scroll down and we can see that they are indeed brand registered, because they've got all of this enhanced brand content here where they're able to showcase more of the products here and some of the other things that they sell as well. And then we keep scrolling down and they've got more A+ content. With the product information, we can see that they are number 8 in automotive. So in all of automotive, they are number 8 in that entire category. And then if we go into automotive garbage cans as a subcategory, they are number 1. The number 1 top selling. And this was in 2019, you guys. At the time of recording this, it is 2023, early 2023. So that means that in 3 years, going on 4 years, they have been able to create this business that is bringing in tens of millions of dollars a year on Amazon. Where else can you do that? You know, look, call me an Amazon stan, but I just think that it's really incredible how many people you can reach on this platform. So I think that that is incredible. Then we keep on going down the customer questions and answers again. We can see the features here. People are loving the durability, water resistance, sturdiness, so on and so forth. And they've got a 4.6 out of 5 stars, which is solid out of 32,000 ratings and reviews. So they are doing incredibly. Is it the best listing I've ever seen? No, but does it matter? Not necessarily. They're doing really, really well. But just for consistency, I would give this listing, a 9.98. Huh. I think it might have glitched, or maybe all of the information didn't generate. So they do have a really solid listing health score from Helium 10. I would give this listing probably a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. And I don't remember if I said it for the first one, but the first one would get probably an 8 out of 10. And then the bento boxes was 10 out of 10. That is that. These people are killing it. I really hope you guys enjoyed looking at some of those listings with me. I think it's really beneficial to be able to see what people are doing on their listings when they're making great money, so that when you're making your listing, you can kind of incorporate some of the things that they have. So some of the things that I really liked out of the listings we saw today were the infographics. I enjoyed looking at just the way the photos were styled to give a little bit of inspiration so that you can share with your photographers or whoever's taking your photos to style them similarly, or maybe you saw something that you really didn't like, and that's something that you can make sure that you improve on when you make your listing. So there's so much potential with Amazon selling, and I do really think that is a great opportunity for anyone looking to start a business. So if you are interested, I do have a free training that you can check out. It is linked in the description, and I go through the steps to selling on Amazon, how you can get started. I've even got a beginner's video here on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out as well if you are interested in starting. And any questions you have, feel free to leave them down below. I will be checking those comments. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel, and let me know if you guys like this. I would be happy to turn this into a series where we continue to look at $1 million listings, or if you guys have your own Amazon listings and you want me to diagnose them and take a look at them, I'm open to doing videos like that as well and turning that into a series. So let me know your thoughts on it. I'm happy to do it if you guys are interested, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.